San Diego County Water Authority released to the public a plan that they say will ensure the county has enough water for at least, the next 25 years. The agency says it's part of a broader initiative to invest in local water sources. Joining us to talk about the details of the plan and what it means for each of us is the Water Authority's Water Resource Manager, Jeff Stephenson. Welcome.
Thank you.
So just how important is this to, let's say, our economy and to everyone who lives here?
Well, as you know, I think water is one of the keys to a vibrant economy. And this plan looks out to the year 2045, and it asks us to compare our water supplies and our water demands to see if we have enough for the future and what it looks like. And I'm happy to report that the plan shows that we have sufficient supplies through at least the year 2045.
Now, talk about why this is not surprising, because, we talk about how dry it is here in San Diego. We've got this Mediterranean climate. We talk about drought all the time. How is it possible that we're able to have this sort of reliable source now and beyond?
Well, it started back in the early 1990s, and at the time, the region was facing a potential cutback of 50% in water supplies. So what leaders did at the time was decide that we needed to diversify our water supplies out into the future. And so for about the last 30 years, we've been doing that. And so early 1990, we imported water from one source, and then we had some local surface water. Since then, we've expanded that to include transfer of water from the Colorado River. There's the seawater desalination plant in Carlsbad. We've also added recycled water, more surface water, groundwater, and other forms of supplies, so that we have a portfolio of supplies, so that if there's an issue with one supply, we now have what's essentially backup water supplies. And that's allowed us to look in this plan and say, what if we have a single dry year? How do our supplies stand up? And then look at, what if we have 5 straight dry years? And by doing all these different scenarios, we've shown that we have sufficient supplies, whether it's a single dry year or 5 straight dry years. We have supplies for the region that are going to allow this region and the economy to continue to thrive.
Oh, that is good to hear. Now, I know this plan is not used to set water rates, but how much does abundance and reasonable cost for the authority factor in?
Well, really, as a wholesale water agency, the Water Authority provides the water supplies that the region needs. The individual water rates are set by the individual member agencies we have. So we sell water to 24 different agencies. Each of those agencies have unique circumstances, so they set those rates individually depending on things like how much recycled water did they have, how much did they need to buy from us. And so each agency, each of the 24, is really unique in how they set their water rates.
Now, the numbers show that people here in San Diego have conserved quite a bit in the last 30 years. To what do you attribute that? And are we getting better at that, or do we need to get better at that?
The region has a long history of water use efficiency, and that's one of the reasons that we have supplies now to keep us in good shape through 2045. It's a combination of developing the new supplies and then also water use efficiency in the region. And water use per capita, so per person, has dropped by roughly 50% since the early 1990s. So we're still living a very nice lifestyle in San Diego, using a lot less water. And so the region has done a great job in water use efficiency, and we expect will continue to do that. It's kind of become a lifestyle in San Diego to be more water efficient.
And you feel like people as individuals are doing a pretty good job of that as well?
Yeah, they're doing a great job. And if you look around your community, you probably see a lot less turf in yards, and you see a lot more of the water efficient landscaping. And it adds to a much better aesthetic in a lot of instances than just having grass out there. Where grass is useful, say at schools, parks, things like that, it's perfectly acceptable. But if you have turf in your yard, maybe you want to switch it out to something else that uses less water.
Water Resource Manager Jeff Stephenson, thank you so much for clarifying all this and letting us know.
Thank you.